Kathy, I voted you as the best speaker. It was for the wine.
I didn't have to say much of anything.
That's right. I would like to start by a comment or an observation from your first speech. You started your first speech by saying that it's a $52 billion industry, and that's when I interrupted. My apologies for interrupting. I did not mean to interrupt. And yet, that points out a strength in you. You could have gone down this perilous path of frustration, anger, and you could have said, this guy threw me off track. But you maintained calm, and you proceeded with the speech as you had to, as though I did not make a comment. And guess what? As a person who did that, I felt much better. So that was your, the calmness that you maintained was really good, and I loved that. And I also noticed when I walked into the room was set up with all the wine glasses and cups ready for tasting. I think not only did you prepare for the speech, but you also prepared for the room, and kudos to you, Kathy. And I also like the fact that you made the non-alcohol drinkers in the room very comfortable. You pointed out that, hey, just give a nudge to your neighbor and have them taste your wines instead of you not drinking it. And you added humor to that as well, so that instantly made some people who did not drink wine very comfortable. They did not feel left out. So let's try to move on to where all you could have made some improvements. I would have liked to seen a recap. You went through the different tasting process, which is first taking in the smell, then taking a small sip, and then a bigger sip. I got that process repeatedly over the 3 wines that we tasted, but what I did not get is why do we do each of these steps, and what is the essence behind doing each of these steps. So I would have liked to see a little bit more of recap and maybe a little more detail as to why we did what we did. And because I already assume and I already see you as an advanced speaker, the next 2 items that I'm going to point out are going to be nitpicking. There was a little confusion caused in the room when you said, please start drinking the wine. You did not point out which cup to start from. So that's a little bit of preparation or thoughts that you could have given to your speech. And if I could suggest, instead of having this table over here where you went and picked up the bottle, you could have kept it here, which means that at no instant will you have to, quote unquote, leave the stage unattended. And overall, I think Kathy was a beautiful speech. I was getting drunk as I was tasting, and I'm sorry if I missed out any points.